Hello guys, welcome my channel. What exactly is Kim Taehyung, or more familiarly known as V from BTS, going through during his military service? This question resonated in the hearts of millions of his fans around the world. Although information surrounding the conscription lives of K-pop idols is often wrapped up tightly, the story of Taehyung in the military police's 2nd Division is slowly beginning to unfold. It was not only his routine as a new soldier, but also his struggles, challenges, and successes that brought emotional shock to many. Behind his handsome face that often adorns the screen, Taehyung now faces a completely different world. There were no camera highlights, grand stages, or cheers from the army faithful. There is only the gallop, the signal of the commander, and the hard discipline that demands full commitment. How does a global superstar who used to live in luxury and a world tour schedule now adapt in a far from glamorous environment? His answer will probably make you moved and respect him even more. Undergoing military training in the 2nd Division of the military police is not an easy task, even for someone as famous as Taehyung. From the very beginning of his training period, he had to undergo a series of physical activities that demanded stamina, strength, and mental endurance. These exercises include running with full equipment, shooting exercises, battle simulations, to patrol activities that require high concentration. However, what was most challenging for Taehyung was not just the physical activity, but the adaptation to the disciplined military environment. As an artist accustomed to the creative world and flexibility, the transition to a military life full of rules was a severe test for him. There are days when he feels tired, not only physically, but also emotionally. Even so, Taehyung never gave up. He instilled in her that this was a responsibility as a South Korean citizen and an experience that would enrich her life. One of the aspects that made Taehyung succeed through these difficult times was the support of his fellow soldiers in the 2nd Division. Initially, many thought Taehyung would find it difficult to be accepted into the military environment due to his celebrity status. However, the reality is far from that. Taehyung shows humility and sincerity in carrying out his duties, which makes the other soldiers respect and support him. There is one quite moving moment when Taehyung manages to complete a notoriously difficult physical exercise. The exercise involves a series of obstacles such as climbing high walls, crawling under barbed wire, and carrying heavy weights under the scorching sun. At that time, Taehyung almost gave up halfway due to exhaustion. However, the cheers and support of his fellow soldiers encouraged him to keep going. When he finally managed to complete the exercise, the other soldiers applauded and hugged him as a sign of appreciation for his efforts. Kim Taehyung is not only a celebrity, he is a brave and unyielding soldier, one of his commanders said in an internal report. This statement shows that while Taehyung's status as an idol may have initially been in the spotlight, he is now respected for his hard work and dedication. In the midst of a busy training schedule, health is often a major concern for a soldier, especially for Taehyung, who is not previously used to such intense physical activity. However, the good news is that Taehyung is able to maintain good health. Thanks to a regular diet, adequate rest, and discipline in training, he managed to get through his days without significant health problems. Some of his fans were worried when they heard rumors about Taehyung's physical condition looking thinner than usual. However, a report from Division 2 confirms that Taehyung is in top shape. In fact, he has shown significant improvement in various aspects of his practice, including physical strength and strategy ability. One of the most surprising and proud moments was when Taehyung received an award as one of the best soldiers in his group. This award is given to those who demonstrate exceptional dedication, skill, and spirit of cooperation. This success is not only a testament to his hard work, but also a strong message to everyone that an idol like Taehyung is capable of facing challenges outside of his comfort zone. When his name was announced as the recipient of the award, Taehyung looked surprised as well as moved. He then saluted the commander and expressed his gratitude to his fellow soldiers who had supported him. "This is not just about me, but about all of us working together as a team," he said in a short speech for his fans. The story of Taehyung in the military police's 2nd Division is a source of inspiration and pride. Many soldiers claim to feel closer to Taehyung after learning of his struggle in the military. Through this experience, Taehyung shows that he is not only an idol who shines on stage, but also an individual who has the courage to face life's challenges. He's always been my reason to stay motivated. Knowing that she went through tough times but stayed strong made me feel like I could also face my own problems. One fan wrote on social media, Taehyung still has a few months left before completing his mandatory military service. Although many longed for his presence in the entertainment world, ARMY understood that this experience would shape him into a more mature and thoughtful individual. When he returns later, there is no doubt that he will bring new stories that arouse the heart. So, what will be Taehyung's next step after returning from military service? This question may not yet have a definite answer. But one thing is clear, he will return as someone stronger, both physically and mentally, ready to continue his journey as an artist and inspiration to many. The period of conscription is not only about performing state duties, but also about creating unforgettable memories. For Taehyung, his days in the 2nd Division of the military police were not only filled with training and discipline, but also small moments full of meaning. One of the stories that circulated widely among fellow soldiers was about how Taehyung often encouraged his comrades with characteristic smiles and jokes. He always had a positive aura. Even when we were all exhausted, Taehyung would try to make jokes or give encouragement. It helped us get through the difficult days, said one of the soldiers who served with him. This moment of togetherness not only proves that Taehyung is a caring individual, but also confirms that the relationship he built during his military service will be something he will cherish for the rest of his life. Those soldiers who might initially see him as a big idol now see him as a brother-in-arms, someone who is equally fighting under the same flag. During his military service, Taehyung's communication with the outside world, including his fans, is certainly very limited. However, that doesn't mean he forgets the army, which has been his source of strength and support. In letters or short messages that he occasionally sends through official channels, Taehyung always makes sure to convey his gratitude to the fans. I hope you are all healthy and happy. I'm doing well here and learning a lot of new things. Thank you for always supporting me, even when I can't be with you. You are my strength, he wrote in one of the letters that went viral among the army. The letter, despite its simplicity, brought a sense of relief and happiness to his fans. They know that Taehyung is going through an important phase in his life, and despite their distance, they still feel connected to him. Taehyung not only gets support from his fellow soldiers, but also praise from the commanders who oversee his training. One of the commanders in the 2nd Division cited Taehyung as a perfect example of how a citizen can adapt and thrive in a military environment. Kim Taehyung showed that with hard work and dedication, everyone can contribute to the defense of the country, regardless of their background. He not only performed his duties well, but also became an inspiration to his colleagues, the commander said in an internal interview. This praise is not only about what Taehyung has achieved, but also how he has brought positive influence around him. As a widely known person in the entertainment world, he showed that fame is not a hindrance to mingling and living life as part of a team.